Amidst the arid dry lands of southern Turkey, where the boundary between Asia and Europe is just bare slopes, there lies a small hill named Göbekli Tepe, meaning the Potbelly Hill. Looking from afar, it seems nothing special, just an earthen mound like any other place. But hidden deep beneath that soil is something that forced all human history to be rewritten. An ancient site so old that it goes beyond all common understanding. A structure constructed more than 12,000 years ago, before Egypt built the pyramids, before Mesopotamia formed the first city, and even before the time humans knew farming or metallurgy. Welcome back to Hidden Universe, the journey to decode and explore the mysterious facts that have shaped the history of humanity. For thousands of years, we believed that civilization began when humans knew farming, settling down. Then came religion, architecture, and art. But Göbekli Tepe has broken that order. In a place where humans were thought to be hunters and gatherers, there existed a complex of massive stone temples. When archaeologists started excavating in 1994, under the lead of Klaus Schmidt, a German archaeologist, they found giant T-shaped stone blocks up to 5 meters high, weighing tons, arranged in perfect circles. On the stone surface, there are series of exquisite carvings: lions, gazelles, wild bulls, snakes, vultures, and even abstract symbols that we still do not fully understand. Those stone pillars are not decorations, but supports for circular structures, built with purpose, with symmetry, with precise axial alignment according to astronomy. There are no signs of habitation, no fire pits, no houses. This entire area seems to be a place of ritual, a temple, a sanctuary of prehistoric humans. That poses an unimaginable question: how could people without wheels, without metal, without domesticated animals, transport and erect hundreds of stone blocks weighing dozens of tons? What did they do that for? Could it be before agriculture, even before the state, humanity had a religion, and that very belief was the first thing to bind them into a society? Göbekli Tepe is not just a structure. It is a manifesto of primitive humanity. We know to look up at the sky, to believe in something greater than ourselves. But perhaps the strangest thing is not how it was built, but how it was buried. Around 8,000 BC, when the structure was still intact, the ancients actively filled it with soil and stone, covering every circle, then left. Not due to disaster, not due to war. They buried their own temple, an act that seems to be ritualistic in nature. Why would they do that? Some archaeologists believe they wanted to preserve the sacred relic. As religious beliefs began to change, maybe, when humans switched to farming and settling, they no longer needed the rituals of hunters. A new era began, and to close the old era, they buried its symbol. But there is another hypothesis, more bold, that Göbekli Tepe is not just a ritual site, but the ruins of a lost civilization, survivors of a global catastrophe, possibly the last ice age. They carried superior knowledge and techniques, then vanished, leaving only structures as a message for the future generations. Many people link Göbekli Tepe to ancient legends, like the story of the Garden of Eden in the Bible, or the vague memories of the pre-flood times in Sumer, Egypt, and India. When studying the geography, many scholars notice this area lies near the intersection of the two rivers Tigris and Euphrates, where the Bible describes as the land where the first humans were created. If so, could Göbekli Tepe be the first gateway between humans and the divine? Recent studies show this structure was built in many phases, lasting for millennia. Each stone circle has a different date, layered by generations. That means this belief existed persistently through thousands of years, through many storms, as a spiritual foundation for the entire ancient Near East. Notably, Many structures of Göbekli Tepe have arrangements matching the positions of constellations in the sky, especially Orion and Sirius. Some astronomers believe this is not just a temple, but the world's oldest cosmic observatory. The T-shaped pillars may represent humans or gods, while the carved mascots symbolize constellations. If true, this shows the ancients not only observed the sky, they also understood the cycles of the universe and time. It means, from over 10,000 years ago, humans knew science, art, and philosophy at a level we had never thought of. Another odd thing is how the structure was preserved almost perfectly for dozens of centuries. The intentional burial kept Göbekli Tepe from destruction, making it a time capsule keeping the past intact. But the biggest question remains unsolved: who actually created it? Primitive hunters? Or a lost civilization? When Klaus Schmidt passed away in 2014, he left a huge legacy, but also left countless questions. Subsequent excavations revealed that around Göbekli Tepe, there are many similar sites unexplored. A network of religious structures may have existed across Anatolia, linked into a massive ritual system. Perhaps this is the first cradle of human belief and culture. And perhaps, from this very place, the concept of God was born. Göbekli Tepe makes us look back at ourselves, because if 12,000 years ago humans could do this, how many things about the past do we not know? Does history really start where we thought? Or are we just living in a loop, where civilization rises, then fades, then is reborn, like an eternal cycle of time? When sunset falls on that land, the last light touches the silent human-shaped stone pillars, we feel like they are still watching, still guarding humanity's memory since the dawn. The stone blocks do not speak, but they seem to be telling the story of an era that humans have forgotten, the story of the very origin of mankind. I am Alex from Hidden Universe, where the hidden secret layers of humanity are still waiting for us to discover. And if Göbekli Tepe is the starting place for belief and civilization, then across the ocean, amidst the cloud-touching high mountains of Peru, there is also a stone city built on the sky's peak, where the Incas turned mountains into temples, and merged their souls into nature. In the next episode, join Hidden Universe, decoding humanity, to explore the mystery of Machu Picchu, the forgotten city amidst the Andes clouds.